Hello again, everyone, and welcome to this segment of One-on-One. I'm Martin False. We thought we would shake things up a little bit because Misty McElroy has been all over the place, taking your pictures, involved in your activity some way or another. I thought it'd be nice to get her in front of the cameras and learn a little bit about her. So right after the break, Misty McElroy. One-on-One is brought to you by the Law Office of Waits and Downer. In this business, we all have that one moment we can say, that's the crowning jewel. What's your crowning jewel?
I think it was a photo of my Uncle Felix, and he has since passed, but he was sitting in a chair right next to his truck. And on the antenna, which was directly above him, was a cowboy hat. And so it's a picture of him sitting, but it's like the hat's on his head, but it's not really on his head. So it's just a really cool moment. And it's a great capture of someone who lives in my heart, but just is not alive anymore. And
in your business, your best picture hasn't been taken yet.
Yeah, probably.
You're always looking at it.
Always looking for moments. It never stops. Like, I line things up all the time. If I'm in somebody's office talking to them, sometimes I'll be moving my head like this. And it's because I'm lining up like the blinds with the outside framing things all the time. I tell my, I've taught photography before, and I tell my students this, like, this is just something that happens subconsciously. You're just like always looking for something.
I bet when you're on a lunch with somebody or having a drink with somebody, there's a lot of times when people go, what are you doing?
Right. Oh, yes, a lot. And there's a saying that says phones eat first because you have to take a picture of your food. That happens a lot. They're like, oh, we got to wait. We have to wait for Misty to take a picture of our food and then we can eat.
Oh, that's funny. Fletcher, how did that all develop?
I was the photographer at Nichols for 13 years, and there was no trajectory for me to go any higher than I was because they didn't have an assistant director of marketing position. And the marketing director position, it had just been created because it was a marketing and communications director position, but they split it. And so I was more interested in the marketing side. And she's young, my age. I don't think she was going anywhere anytime soon. So I was like, that would be my upward trajectory, but I don't have one. I was at lunch with somebody, and they were talking about how Fletcher had this opening for marketing and communications director. And I was like, well, I don't know if I'm qualified, but I can try. And then whenever I showed interest, the person hiring for the position made sure to let me know to apply. Like, we are absolutely interested in having you in our application pool.
You're well-spoken. You take great pictures. You go with the public. Are those the things you think they saw?
I think so. Somebody recently told me that, talking about how I interviewed, and they said that I just felt very comfortable. Like, I was comfortable in that room, comfortable talking to people. Yeah. And I do think sometimes I'm not comfortable, but it looks like I am. But also, over time, the older I get, the more everything is small stakes. Because the little things, they shouldn't matter. And this is just an interview. Just get through it. It's fine.
I remember when I was young, and either we were going to cover Bill Clinton in Baton Rouge or George Bush at Bollinger or whatever. You don't sleep the night before. Because you're so young and you're going, oh my God, the president. But as you get older, you go, oh well.
Right.
It's just the president.
It's just another person.
But who's the person that you interview that you went, oh, I better be on my A game?
Oh, man. That's a tough one. I do think, in general, like the bigger assignments, like shooting the Saints games, those I lost sleep over. Just because I know I'm in a room with other photographers who this is their full-time job. Not only do they do photography, but they do sports photography. And so I think less of the subject themselves and more just the other photographers were more intimidating.
Your peer group.
And feeling like an imposter, or, just having imposter syndrome. Like, I know they're way better than me, but can I run with the big boys kind of thing.
For all of your cases, including those with catastrophic significance, call Waits and Downer Law Firm. How do you know they're better than you? Because you're pretty doggone good.
Because I've seen their work. Well, and I do think, like, from photographer to photographer, you recognize nuances that other people may not recognize. Right. And it's like, that was really hard to get. Like, I know how hard that photo is to get because I've tried myself.
But maybe they just fit in a certain box and you fit in another.
Yeah. Well, and I think I'm a well-rounded photographer. So you're not going to put me in a situation where I'm not going to feel comfortable going in and photographing, because I did have someone one time that said, hey, would you like to come see the wedding venue beforehand because it's kind of dark in there? And I was like, no, I'm good, because I keep all my lights with me. So I'll walk in the day that, it's time to shoot and say, well, I need this, 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 and this. I don't need to plan far in advance. I'm also really not a planner. So even whenever we do things that I should be planning for, I'm like, we'll just wing it.
You're spontaneous.
It's going to be fine, yeah. And so I think that helps making me a well-rounded photographer. I can do pretty much any kind of photography, portraits, events, weddings, whatever. But I may not be as good as other photographers at this one subject.
Of everything we've ever filmed here, sometimes friends will call me and go, my daughter's getting married, or my son's getting married. Wouldn't you step out of the box and film her wedding or his wedding? And of course, we don't do that a lot anymore. But I'm going, yeah, we'll do it. But that's nerve-wracking.
It is.
Because that's a one-time. Yeah, you can't go and do it over.
You can't screw it up.
So if you miss the moment, or the audio goes in a blink during the vows or something, it's not going to be good.
What I tell people when they approach me about weddings, I typically say, you don't want me, you want a wedding photographer. Yeah. Can I shoot weddings? Yes. Yeah. But I wouldn't recommend that important of a day you hand off to a general photographer. I would say find a wedding photographer. Find someone who knows the cadence of the wedding, unless it's like a backyard situation or like a real small wedding or something that doesn't require a lot of prep or a lot of photographers. It's more like just an event. If it's an actual wedding, like a 10-hour wedding, you want a photographer that knows the ins and outs, what to prepare for. Like one of my wedding photographer friends, she has a kit it's like a sewing kit in there. She's got tape in there, glue, anything that might have happened in previous weddings, like a shoe came unglued. She's like, I got that. Wow. It's almost like the wedding planner, like watching the wedding. They are ready for those moments because they've happened, because they've photographed plenty weddings.
Yeah, experience.
Yeah. And I'm a general studies major. So at Nichols, I got a bachelor's in general studies. And if I had to go back and do it all over again, I think I would still get a general studies degree, because I am a generally interested person. I like all kinds of things.
So that was perfect for you. You've learned what you're really good at, and you still may be good at weddings, but it's just there's somebody else who specializes.
Right. I'm not going to be as good as the person who shoots weddings all the time.
What about music? You love music.
I love music.
When did you start loving music?
So it's interesting because I haven't been, like growing up, it wasn't like I was in a musical family. People played instruments around me. We didn't go to shows all the time. We went to Lagniappe on the Bayou. But I didn't go to Jazz Fest until I was 27 was the first time I ever went. It just kind of grew on me. I just really enjoyed it. And I actually used to prefer listening to the records that they produced over a live performance. That has since switched because I appreciate the live nuances.
For all of your cases, including those with catastrophic significance, call Waits and Downer Law Firm. In my field, people go, well, you've interviewed all kind of people. What's the one genre that you really enjoyed? And it's always music. You know, the Rick Springfields, the Loverboys, whoever. Who's the one person you got to be buying music that you went, ooh, this is pretty big?
Oh, that's a good question.
You've had a few.
We've had a few.
I mean, you can answer more than one person.
So, I mean, I've gotten pretty close with Waylon Thibodeau over the years, and we've done fiddle lessons with him, and so that relationship has grown. And it's cool because people do see him as a superstar. Yeah. And so to be able to have that really close relationship with him.
But he's so down to earth.
Yeah, yes, he is.
Yeah.
And Tab, I got decently close with Tab. And I mean, just being able to be on the same stage as people like Randy Jackson with Zebra. That was kind of cool.
So talented.
Yeah, because I never got to go to the shows that were held in Thibodeau and Styx and Chicago and all those came. I wasn't into music back then, or I wasn't born.
We had Styx at the Civic Center. You wasn't there that night?
I wasn't there.
Ah, you should have come.
No, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
But what I love is not so much the big names, because I do enjoy that kind of stuff. I love watching bands that I've grown to know and love mix with other bands. Mm-hmm. So like if I'm at Jazz Fest, and a good example is Mumford & Sons was on stage. Mm-hmm. Now I wasn't photographing on the stage, but I was in the crowd and I wasn't very far. But then they added Trombone Shorty. So it's a completely different genre of music that they're meshing together. And so I think the magical moments happen whenever, especially with local musicians, when they do these sort of jam sessions. Mm-hmm. It's like you never know who's coming up. You never know who's going to be waiting in the wings to come and play, because their music may not fit with what's currently happening, but they all make it work. They all know what they're doing. They're professionals.
Well, that's a great point. When I was king for Mardi Gras, we had Styx, but we had LaRue, who mixed with Toto, who mixed with Wet Willie.
Yeah.
And it was like, this is pretty good.
Right. You wouldn't think, because they don't sound like they would go well together. But yeah, I got to photograph LaRue during COVID. Mm-hmm. And so I was able to go in on one of their practice sessions and then do some portraits of them. And I mean, that was a really cool experience to get to see the behind the scenes and what they're doing, and being the, actually, I do have one that I was sort of in awe of, and that would be Cyril Neville. So I got to go and photograph them in studio creating one of their albums, and it was Royal Southern Brotherhood. So it was Mike Zito, Tyrone Vaughan, who is the son of Jimmy Vaughan, nephew of Stevie Ray Vaughan. So that was really cool. And Cyril Neville, and then Jan Rico Scott, who has passed away since, Bart Walker. Those are all big names. Mm-hmm. And I got to photograph them all together. I got to see the behind the scenes. I got to sit in studio with them while they were making music and see that Cyril Neville can do it on one take, which is fascinating to me. And the other guys had to keep going and going, and like Cyril's like, I'm good. He's
It's just some people like that. Because you get to see behind the scenes that, I guess in our field, there's some people that could sit down and do a commercial in one take. Mm-hmm. Just let me go. Mm-hmm. And some people you would think could do it in one take, and it takes them 50. Uh-huh. It's the nature of the beast, I guess, you know? So you get to see all the behind the scenes.
Yep, I do. And I think that's what keeps me going in the photography arena, is that I realize how special it is, the moments that I get to see.
They're breaking the veil and letting you in.
Mm-hmm. It's trust.
It's trust.
They're trusting me.
I'm about to say, there's a trust that goes with that, because you could ruin their day of their life, but they trust you to go in there. And if they make a mistake, you're not going to walk out and go, guess what? You know? So you're right, it is trust.
Well, and think about over the years how many really awful pictures I have of people, probably, because like they're eating, or they're like pictures they would not want other people to see. I have such an archive of pictures that people have never seen. Even like I show up at a show and I take pictures of a band playing. I have those pictures. I may have never posted them, but I have them.
Yeah.
And so it's just fun to think that you have to be trustworthy, because the pictures that I show are hopefully you in your best light. I'm not, and that I think is what helps in the marketing side, because we're never trying to show a bad light. We're always trying to show the good light.
So we got about 3 minutes left, so I'm going to ask you some fun questions. Okay. What do you do when you're off? You got a clicker in your hand, watching TV? What do you do?
Yes, I do. I watch TV. Me and my dogs hang out. I actually it's a joke because I'm a grandma now. I have a rocking chair, a plush rocking chair that has a heating pad. It's a very nice, like it's got stones on it, so it's a very nice heating pad. And I'll just sit and eat potato chips and watch TV.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's the simple side of Misty, right?
That's right. And I tell people, I'm like, you'd be surprised how often I am in that chair watching TV. It's more than you would think.
Right. What's your favorite meal?
Probably weenie spaghetti.
Really?
My mama made a killer weenie spaghetti when I was growing up.
Oh, wow. Okay. So if somebody's going to buy you a cocktail at a lounge, what would you order?
Maker's Mark on the rocks.
Okay. All right. Your favorite song of all time?
Oh, Lord. That's a hard
I'm
one.
not letting you off easy.
That's a hard one. Favorite song of
There's
all
got to
time.
be one.
A song that I really, really like is Tina Turner's Simply the Best.
Okay.
It's one of those songs that just kind of gets you going. You're like, it's going to be a good day. I don't know if it's my favorite song.
Right, but it's up there.
It's up there.
And who would be your favorite band or artist of all time?
Oh, Not New and the Wild Mattoos.
They're good.
They're so much fun to watch live.
Yeah.
I know all the words to all their songs. And for a while, I was like a groupie following them around. Yeah. And it's just so cool to see how much talent we have in this region.
Yeah.
And of all of the musicians that I've seen over the course of my lifetime, that they rank up there.
They're very good.
So high.
They're tight. You got a tight harmony and very
Well,
very
and
good.
I don't think that people realize the level of musicianship that is happening up there and how talented these people really are, because they're like, oh, they're from, the Houma region. How
They take
talented
it for
could they be?
granted. Yeah. It's like they have to go out of town to get recognized.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. I know Tab's like that. He draws a bigger crowd whenever he's out of town.
Yeah.
Yeah, people take it for
Pretty
granted.
typical. Most of the time when you get experts that come into Houma, they got to be from out of town.
Right.
People don't think that somebody in their own town could be that good or be an expert in something. If I were able to get all your former bosses together and your friends and everybody that you've associated with over the year, and I said, what's the one word you would use to describe Misty McElroy? What would you hope the one word would be?
Funny. That I am funny.
So, good sense of humor.
I love bringing humor to a situation. I love telling jokes. I love sending funny memes to my friends and hoping that they laugh.
So, you're a clown at heart?
I am. I was class clown in my high school senior class. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a side I didn't know.
Yeah, I'm very goofy.
Yeah. So, Goofy's okay.
Goofy's okay. Yeah, you shouldn't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I appreciate you joining us. I just want to give the people some kind of insight as to who you were, because you've done so much, and we probably could go on and on and on, but in 36 minutes, I think we've captured quite a bit. So thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for putting people on a pedestal and making their lives better, and we appreciate you joining us.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you having me.
All right. Thank you. For all of your cases, including those with catastrophic significance, call Waits and Downer Law Firm. This one-on-one program has been brought to you by the law offices of Waits and Downer.